Hi, Patty. How are you? How you doing? Hoping all is well. 6 months. Look at that. I really appreciate you, Patty. Thank you so much. How's Rick Dog doing? Is he asleep? Did you finally sleep last night? We're doing all right. We're chilling. Yeah, I kind of figured he would be. It's kind of crazy how you work like that. I did that for a while. I didn't have to be at work until like 5 o'clock and stuff like that. Then I would come home and stay up, and the wife would go to work, and then I'd go to bed. So yeah, it's kind of crazy that way, but I don't like those kind of shifts anymore. Aussie brother duo. Oh, I don't know about that. Don't know anything about that, my friend. Because I am in the United States, so I am not sure about any of that stuff. I don't know that much about Australia, except that you guys got some big spiders down there. The countryside and everything's supposed to be, you split for about 5 hours. Yeah, I think I did too. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. My wife woke up and I was still downstairs, and so she got up. We had coffee. We talked for a little bit, and she went to work, and then I knocked out. So I don't know. I might have slept for like 4 hours or so. I don't know, but I got to go to work this afternoon because I got to close because Evan, my counterpart at work, is going to have a baby in December. So I think they're doing like the baby shower thing um, this weekend. So he's not me. He wasn't at work last night, and he's not work today. He won't be at work until next Tuesday. So I'm like, dang. Um, he took yesterday and today off, and then he has. He took yesterday, today, and tomorrow off. Then he won't be back to work on Tuesday because Sunday and Monday are his days off. So I'm just like, man, well, Aussie bro, yep, times are uh, times are rough all over the place, and it's just the world's been crazy for a long time, my friend. We've been around for a while, seen a lot of stuff, seen a lot of changes, seen a lot of different things like that. But yeah, understand a little bit of how you feel, but you know, it is kind of crazy. It is kind of crazy. Sammy G, what's going on, bud? Riptide, how are you? Welcome in. Excuse me, guys. I am doing my diamond art, my Harry Potter Hogwarts Castle diamond art. I'm just on my third, excuse me. Well, yeah, that's a privilege. If you're like that, that is a privilege you can do. definitely, but unfortunately, a lot of people aren't that financially stable around the world. You know, I'm not financially stable. I would like not to have to go to work, but I have to go to work. And right now, at this time and age, and the way I feel, I'd rather not go to work, but I have to go to work. That's true. You need a boat. Sammy, what you gonna do with the boat? Yeah, I'm getting up there. I'm not too old, Sammy, but I'm getting up there. It's funny. We all be like that right now. Well, and I work with a bunch of young kids, so I'm just like, oh my gosh, guys, come on, quit messing around. Fortunately, I'm the boss. Junid, cool. Hi, Junid, how are you? Welcome in. Thank you guys for coming in. Um, we're just doing some diamond art. I like Harry Potter, and so I am doing a diamond art of Hogwarts Castle that a friend of mine, Corey O'Bannon, and his girlfriend Bella got me. Eddie Glenn, how you doing? Yeah, we're no spring chicken. I believe you on that one. Hang on a second, I'll show you. There we go. That is my diamond art right there. It's Hogwarts Castle. So I'm like, this is just too awesome. And so you can see the little tiny black beads I got right there. So I'm just bare. This is my third um, number, um, my third set of beads that I got my coffee cup right there. Um, my third set of beads that I'm doing right now for this one. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Yeah, I was telling my wife Patty that you wanted the stitch one. I don't know if I mentioned that already. That you wanted the stitch one when I got done when I do it, and she was just like, "You better leave me some to do," because she bought all of these. The first one that I did, the first diamond art that I did, I bought from Walmart. And so, but all of these here that, all the other ones that I have, she bought them. And so they were just sitting there and she got into doing them for a bit. And I get off of work at 11 o'clock and she was doing diamond art. And usually she was in bed. So now all of a sudden she stopped and I started and she hasn't done it yet. And so I'm just like, okay. And so she was just like, you better leave me some to do. And I'm like, okay, all right. So right now I have this on a bigger table. It's funny, but yeah, I that's cool, Patty. I she bought a bigger table the other day off in some yard sale, and I was at work when she did, and so it actually came in handy because the diamond art, the table that we have at downstairs, because I'm upstairs right now in another room that we have in the house, and this it it is bigger than the whole tabletop of that little table I was working on downstairs, so I can actually lay this flat out on the table and it's okay. Where if I was working on it downstairs, which is more that I prefer, but because my TV's down there, um, I can watch TV too. But instead of moving this all around and folding it back and forth and something else, I came up here and it fits perfectly good. So I'm like, all right, that is cool. Um, what are y'all up to today? Sammy G, what you up to today? You working today? I got to go to work, I think, at 3 o'clock. Because my other boss isn't going to be there either also. So it's going to be me and my um, executive chef there today once I get into work. And then all our other line cooks and stuff. And today's Friday, so um, it may be a little busy. It may not. I don't know. You know, it comes and goes sometimes and stuff. And so we're just like, okay. But then I got all the little knot heads too. So we'll have to see how it goes. I'm going to have I've got a couple of strong line cooks, which is okay because I have John Wooden. What's up? Lotto, how are you? Nice to see you. I was at work yesterday, so I caught just a little snippet of your live yesterday. Just a little bit. I hung out in the bushes, hit the like button and stuff, but I can't really watch, YouTube at work or anything on my phone unless I go and have a smoke break. And so I was the only manager there in the building, so I didn't get to leave that much. But I did pop up and say, hey, what's happening? You're not working. You're disabled. Oh, I'm sorry, Gregory. I'm sorry, Sammy G. I wasn't aware of that fact. Was not aware of that fact. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're managing. All right, Lotto. I try to do that, when I can, pop into people's lives, especially when I'm at work, because I know sometimes it gets really busy and I'm just like, crap. I know I can't stay. I got to say hello and pop in for a minute or so and then pop right back out. Um, but I try to do when I know somebody's live, especially when somebody who I watch all the time and stuff like that, I will try to pop in and be there for them. Um, just like when they do, they come in when I live, they come in and pop in there and they're there for me, and I'm like, oh, I appreciate everybody who comes in and says hello. Kieran McKay, hello. Okay. But yeah, so I am actually rather enjoying myself doing this because it's kind of fun, you know. I know that there's a lot of people who do these, and some people have some outrageous ones, and they're just awesome. I've seen on YouTube. Um, I know that Diamond Art Queen has some really cool ones up on her channel. So if you guys you can go check them out. Diamond Art Queen, pretty cool. She goes live. She does DoorDash also. So you know you got to do something that's going to help you. You know, keep going. You're working on some more diamond art? Yeah, I am. I'm working on my Harry Potter one. Um, my Harry Potter Castle one. So right now I am just barely on the third set of beads for my diamond art. I've got 2 done. I have um, 22 more to go. 22 more to go, but I'll get some more done tonight when I get off of work. And the only thing is I can't have all the lights on and everything like that because our room is just right next door, and I leave the door open, and so she doesn't want to see the light on, everything, even though she'll be asleep. But she says it bothers her, so I'm like, okay, all right. So I'll come in and shut the door and everything and stuff, and I can't get too loud. I don't want to wake her up. So if I go live, I'm just like, oh, okay. Hi, Tanya. Laura Kessler, hello. Welcome in. How are you? I'm going to be at work. I'm going to pop in and say hello. They're going to go live at, let me see, 9 o'clock. I think it's 9 o'clock their time. I don't know exactly what time it is my time. 9 o'clock is probably going to be, I don't know if it's 8 o'clock tonight my time or, yeah, it's 8 o'clock my time. It's 9 o'clock their time. So I'll, if I'm not busy at that moment, I'll pop in and say, hey, what's going on and everything like that. But I'm not, I don't participate in marbles because I'm usually at work, so I really can't watch to see if I win or anything like that. So I'm just like, okay, we'll do that. We pop in, say hello, you know, try to do that for everybody that, everybody that has a channel and stuff and everything. And we just do that. Oh, 7 their time? Yeah. Sometimes it's really busy around 7 o'clock at my work. Everybody's coming in for dinner and stuff, and so because I work at a casino, they pop in and we start getting busy. 4:30, 5, 6, 7, 8 sometimes, and then it starts slowing down like at 8 something or something like that. But then it starts popping back up at 9. We close at 10 o'clock, and it starts popping back up. What are you doing? Huh? Piper's sitting by the door. Hi, Tanya. Hello. Um, so just depending, and today's Friday. Instead of closing at 10 o'clock, we close at 11 o'clock. So we get that closing rush also about when everybody realizes, oh shoot, it's almost 11 o'clock. And then they start running into the restaurant because before we close so they can get something to eat. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, come on, people. I don't know. It cracks me up that these people do that all the dang time. And I don't recall growing up. Hey, Mike, how are you? You're having lunch. All right, that's cool. Yep, it's Piper. She's sitting here right by the door. Oh, I mentioned her name, so she's coming in. Um, it just cracks me up because I don't remember doing that when I was growing up and going out when I was partying all the time and stuff and going to a restaurant right before they closed with like 10 people and saying, hey, we want to get something to eat. And I'm just like, I don't remember ever doing that. I think we would go, I think a couple of times we went to Denny's when Denny's was opened up and, because Denny's, they were open 24 hours or something like that. I don't know. I don't recall, but I was just like, no, I don't remember doing that at all. But yeah, we got the people who will come in when we're cleaning up, getting ready to, all right, start cleaning up, guys, and all this other stuff, and they'll come in and all of us, and it's like, I need a ribeye. Because we sell ribeye steaks, because we're like a steakhouse. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. And it could be like 10:45, and somebody will walk in and say, I want a ribeye and I want it well done. So I'm just like, oh my gosh. So I have a 1 pound ribeye that I gotta cook well done, and it's like 20, 25 minutes for a well done freaking ribeye, depending on how, if it's cut fat or not, or cut thick. Because we hand cut all our steaks, and sometimes you can get a nice ribeye and measuring out, and it'll be a real thin a thin cut ribeye, but sometimes with the way the ribeye is, and or something like that, it comes out one, 1 1/4, 1.5 inch thick, and you're just like, son of a gun, man. So it takes some time to cook. Norquell, my friend, how are you? Yeah, Sammy G. I haven't been to Denny's in a long time either. Norquell, welcome in. How are you? Hope you and Jay Sarge and the kids, the kiddos, are doing good. You know, check it out, Norquell. Here we go. I'm doing this right now. This is my Harry Potter castle themed castle diamond art. So all the little black beads you see right there, I just started doing those a little while ago. But we got a bunch of little gray beads up there. That's all one number that I got done. So all of this right here is all done. That's one number up there and everything. So I'm just like, Crystal, hello, how are you? We are doing good, Norkel. The wifey is at work right now. And so I'm sitting here doing this before I got to go to work. I have to go close the restaurant tonight, so I don't have to be at work until like 3 something. And so I'm just like, all right. So I came up here to do this. I'm relaxing, enjoying this. I have found that I really like this is really fun for me. Hey Rusty Zepper, how are you? Welcome in. So I am doing good. We are doing good. She works during the day and she gets her weekends off. And so I'm just like, all right, I don't get the weekends off because I have to work. I work in a restaurant and we're open. We are actually open. Well, we're not open 24/7, but we are open 7 days a week. Our little hole in the wall that we have down there, which is called Trade Winds, they are closed Monday and Tuesday. But we are open 7 days a week. So it's like, dang, we don't get the weekend off. Or at least I don't get the weekend off. I have a couple employees who don't work Friday and Saturday and Sunday. And I'm just like, you guys hired me and I wanted Sunday off and they wouldn't give me Sunday off. And I'm just like, how dare they? Oh, he gets the weekend off too? Oh, that's messed up. Oh, okay. See, yeah, there you go. There you go. And you're a manager too, so so I'm one of the managers in my restaurant, and so yeah, if anybody calls out, hey, can you come in? My day off. Can you come in today? And I only live like 4.5 blocks from work, so my wife is like, she gets upset with me that they call me in. Um, they call in the old guy. You know, I'm the oldest one that works there. My bosses are That's funny. That's right. That's right, no, Carol. I got you on that. I understand. Because, yeah, like the other day, last Saturday, for instance, I was at work and I wasn't at work. I was at home. I had just got up. I didn't have to be at work until like 11 o'clock or so. And it was like 8. I had just got up and I picked up my phone and my wife was like, I'm surprised they haven't called you yet or anything like that. And she likes to jinx me like that. My wife, I love my wife, but she likes to jinx me things like that. And so I woke up, picked up my phone, and my boss had already texted me because my other boss wasn't going to be there. And so he said, you may have to help out Chef. And I'm like, okay, we'll see. And what's going on. And so he wanted me to, because we don't order fruit too much at work. The only thing we order fruit is like strawberries and blueberries for one of our desserts. That's it that we have on the menu. Other than that, we don't get apples, we don't get bananas, oranges, or anything. Um, so he texted me. He was doing like a little uh, banquet thing, some boxed lunches for some kind of event some people had there, and so he said get some apples, and that was like 8 o'clock, and I'm thinking, okay, yeah, I'll stop off at the store and get apples and bring them in when I come in. Okay, he says no big rush, and I'm like, all right, and then 5 minutes I kid you not, when I woke up, I had one sip of coffee when I picked up my phone, put it down, went to the bathroom, came back, had another sip of coffee, picked up my phone, and then there was my boss again. Had anybody heard from Urist? He's one of my morning line cooks. And so had another sip of coffee, and I was like, crap. And I didn't hear anything. So I looked again, and he was like, Chuck called out. So I looked at my wife, and I was like, crap, now I got to go to work right now. Because if Urist wasn't there and Chuck called out, that meant my boss was going to be by himself. So I was like, son of a gun. I had to go to work. So I went to work, and he was like, well, you didn't have to come to work that early. And I'm like, hey, you text. You didn't know where Urist was, and you said Chuck called out. That means you were going to be by yourself to try to serve breakfast, try to be on the line, try to do this, try to get things done. I'm like, no, hello. So, but when I had got there, Urist was already there. So I was like, well, gosh damn it. I would have stayed home, but you never know. So, but my wife was upset because I had to run into work. And I ended up staying until I got there like at 9 something. And I ended up staying there until like 9:30 that night because it was Saturday night. And so I was just like, oh, goodness gracious, come on. So we got things done. We got everything done. It was fine. But that's what happens in a restaurant. Hey, no jackpot, no problem. Hello, hello, hello. No, I was complaining because I only got 3 sips of coffee in me before I had to run to work. Um, because usually I'll have like maybe a cup. I'll have at least 2 cups, 2.5 cups of coffee before I leave for work or something like that. When I get up in the morning and stuff. So I was complaining that I only got three sips of my coffee before I had to run. I was complaining. I was mad. So, but yeah, I always have my coffee. I have my coffee right now. Um, Coffee is one big giant staple for me ever since I was 18 years old. I've been drinking coffee first thing when I got up in the morning. Always make my coffee. Yeah, YouTube does get kind of crazy sometimes. It's kind of weird the way it is and stuff, and um, sometimes they don't let you do something. I know I've been in a couple of people's lives where I couldn't even comment. Or sometimes, when you have that little gift box down on your live, when you're live, you have that little gift box where people can send the jewels and stuff. When I go in there, sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. So it's just like, well, dang, where the heck did it go? Then I got to pop out, go back in, pop out, go back in, and then it'll be there. So I don't know. It's kind of weird sometimes the things that YouTube does, you know. But it's just like we gotta check things out and stuff and go back and forth. So, but now, here's another thing that gets me. Here's another thing that gets me. Yeah. This is all for all you old timers, me included. Definitely me included. Now, each of my bosses so far, my immediate boss and my um, executive chef. They're like 25 years younger than I am. That's why I say I'm the old guy in the kitchen. But they have babies. My immediate boss, his son is like, I think 2 years old. Going to be 3 years old soon. But he's 2 years old. So he had a baby. He got a whole month of work off. Lala girl, hello, welcome in. He got a whole month of work off. Call it, I don't know what they call it these days, but bonding with your child, baby bonding, or whatever the heck it is. And he got a whole month off. And my executive chef, he just had a baby a few months back. Baby's like 6 months old now or something like that. She's a cute little girl. And he got a whole month off. Now, Evan, his daughter or son, I forgot which one. I'm not sure if he was going to have a boy or girl. I think it's a girl. But she's going to be born. She's going to be born, or he's going to be born on my son's birthday, December 27th. Okay? And, oh, dang it. He's going to be born on December 27th. So he's going to get a whole month off. Deborah, hello, welcome in. And so I'm like, what is the deal with that? Because I remember when my kids were born, I got like a day. And that was it. Then I had to be at work. You know, there was no, oh yeah, you can get a month off and everything like that. No. I was off like a day. And so I'm like, what is up with that? What's the deal? That you can get a whole month off because you're having a kid. I just don't get it. Aw, that's nice. My granddaughter, my very first granddaughter, Lala, was born on Christmas Day. She is a Christmas baby, which, yeah, it sucks because, you get the one Christmas present, and that's it. But she was born on Christmas Day. And so I'm like, oh my gosh. And now she's going to have a baby. Yep, she is going to have a baby. Her brother already had one. So I have two. Actually, we have like 6 great grandchildren now because through marriage, 2 of them born on Mother's Day. Oh wow, that's kind of awesome. That's kind of awesome. Um, they my 2 grandkids. Well, Brooklyn and Brennan. Brennan was the first grandchild to have a child, and then Brooklyn is next in line. So she's going to have. I'm not exactly sure when hers is going to be born, but it's going to be born soon, sometime, unless she's already had it. But we don't have any contact with her because my son and the mom, they divorced, and so they're gone. But our daughter, through marriage, her husband has 2 kids. And each of them have 2 kids. Will you stop doing that? I'll keep shutting off my light bar. Hi, Barbara PYL. Hello. Scratch and Sip. Hello, hello. Welcome in. How are you? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. And just to let you know, since you are here, and I see you, I am going to get your coin out next week when I get paid. All right? I have it here, and so we will be getting it out to you next week. Next Thursday, in fact. All right, all right, all right. I hope that is cool with you. Whose coin? Scratch and Sip's coin, my coin. Uh-oh. Get him, Patty. Y'all don't be messing around in the chat because Patty don't mess. She will boot you in a heartbeat. Scratch and Sip's coin. It's my coin, Patty, and we send it out to Scratch and Sip. My last coin. I don't have any more coins left. And right now, I highly doubt if I'm gonna order some more. Patty don't play. She don't. I know. You need the luck. All right, all right. You quick. I keep shutting off my damn light bar. I got to get a bigger light bar too. That lights this whole thing up because it's like, dang. It helps because you can see the letters and everything on the board on the screen here, and it helps light them up. But it's too small. It's okay for the smaller ones, like the 7 by 7 centimeters or something like that. It's okay for that. But for this one here, this one's a 40 by 60 centimeters by 50 centimeters. That's 23.6 inches and 19.7 inches wide. 23 something centimeters. I can't talk. 23 and a half inches long and 17 something wide. And so it's like this light bar is too tiny for it. I don't know, Patty. A fire sale, right? Yeah, it goes up and it goes down. I mean, that's just how stock market works. It goes up one day, it's up, one day it's down. Somebody didn't like the vote on the president, so it drops. Somebody likes the vote on the president, it may go up. Other people, I don't know. It always goes up and down. Look at me, acting like I know how to do stocks. Hi, Katie. How are you? Oh, Barbara, I don't know. I just ignore the pain. Being an ex-serviceman, you got to live through some stuff. You got to do some stuff that you rather not do, and so I end up ignoring a lot of different things. I try not to take being an ex at Barbara P out 2 months. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, I don't know. It's just that I don't take a lot of pain medication either because I'm an ex addict. So I used to live off of a bunch of kind of drugs for a very long time, and I haven't done that stuff forever in a day. And I'm saying forever in a day because it was December 13th, 1989. Oh, I hope you get better, Patty. I mean, Katie. Jackie Scully, hello, welcome in. Yeah, Katie, I hope you get better. So yeah, I lived an ugly life for a while, And so now I don't do anything when I get sick or when I have pain or something like that. If I have to go to the doctor, I'll go to the doctor. If they prescribe me any kind of painkillers or something like that, I will take one that day, and then that's it. I won't take any more. I just don't do it. I really don't. In fact, when I go to the hospital, if they're going to try to give me some pain meds or anything like that, um, I surprised one of the nurses there because I went in for my gallbladder surgery and she was going to give me some kind of I don't know what the heck she was going to give me. I think it was morphine or something like that. And I said, "Oh hell no, no you're not. You give me some Toradol." I said, "You give me some Toradol because I know that's not addicting, but the morphine, yeah, morphine would bring back some crazy memories and different things like that because it's like um, anybody listen to Pink Floyd? Really, Barbara? Oh my gosh. Um, Tequila does that to me. That's why we don't drink tequila either. Um, Anybody listen to Pink Floyd? Ever listen to Pink Floyd? Pink Floyd is awesome. I like Pink Floyd. Um, but they have a song out called Comfortably Numb. And that song, when I hear that song and everything like that, I can actually feel um, like I used to when I was taking all of that crap. And B just get me all mellow in it. Yep, there you go. Wish you were here. Is anybody in there? Yep. Just nod if you can hear me. Um, so I can actually feel. I have memories of all of those feelings and everything like that. So I don't do any kind of hard drugs no more at all. Not even the prescription kind because it's like, yeah, I had way too much fun back in the day with doing that. So we don't do that no more. So my wife surprised me. Actually, she's surprised that I don't. When I go to the hospital and say, "No, you're not giving me that because I'm not taking it." And she said, "Yeah, you got to be nice." I'm like, "Hell no, you got to be nice to them." That's why I'd be nice to them, but I'm not taking what they want to give me. I'm like, "No, I'm not." And so we do that, and then they'll give me a prescription. I'll take one that day, and then the rest will just sit there. So December 13th, 1989 was the very last time that I got high or soared. Right, hello, welcome in. Um, there you go, that's it. Um, that I got stoned, that I fried, whatever you want to call it. That was the very last time that I did any of that. So it's like, yeah, we're not going through that again. I liked it. I enjoyed it very much, but um, I had to grow up fast and get clean even faster. So the place I was working at, which was a hospital that you can believe, Tri-State, hello, how are you? Um, that we we had a rehab unit, and so they actually paid for. Let me see. It was at that time, way back in the day, it was like 13,000, 14,000 to enter rehab. And so the hospital, the insurance paid like 44,000 something of it. And since I worked at the hospital, I was one of their employees. And so they wrote off the rest. So I was like, wow. So it was a 28-day stay. And so I've been clean ever since. No jackpots in the house. You guys are awesome. I appreciate each and every one of you coming in here. Listen to me rant about a past crazy life. I don't even know how I got into this. But, oh, I know how it was. Back pain. Yeah, I got you, no jackpot. I understand that too. Along with all of that, I used to drink every day too. I used to finish one of those Jim Beam bottles. You guys know the bottle I'm talking about. The one with the handle. I used to finish one of those bottles in 3 days and go back to the liquor store and go get another one and stuff. And when I went out to clubs, I would drink a pint of Jim Beam at home and then go to the club. You know, we used to call it getting primed. And we used to do that. And then, we'd go to the club and go stay out until like 2:45 in the morning. And then go home, wake up at 5 o'clock, go do our PT, everything, and then get right back up and doing it the next day and stuff. And I used to take Black Beauties, cross tops, anything to build that energy up for the day. And then it just escalated when I started doing the acid. Somebody, gosh dang it, will you quit doing that? I keep turning my light board off and it's just irritating now. It's just irritating. I used to do that. Oh, now you won't go back on. I used to do that a lot. Well, that's good, Barbara. I don't recommend anybody starting, because nowadays it's just, you can't trust whatever the heck, these people are doing these days with whatever medication that they're messing with and stuff and all of those good drugs and junk. And just like, oh my gosh, what the heck are you doing? No. I'm just like, no. So, but yeah, I used to buy hits of acid for like $5. I used to make a lot of money that way too at that time. Buy a whole bunch, buy like one whole sheet of acid, blotter acid, what we called it, and sell it for $5 a hit. Used to be able to make a bunch of money on that, but that was in my service days, not now or anything like that. Get 'em, Patty, get 'em. So yeah, it's like nope. So but nowadays with whatever stuff they're making out these now, no, I wouldn't even venture to even think about it. And I know there's a lot of people on YouTube that enjoy the smoke. Not judging, okay? Not judging because I used to enjoy the smoke too a long time ago. Um, but it is just crazy now that you can drive down the road and they got them dispensaries all over the freaking place. I'm just like, dang, you know, it's just I was just like, man, that is just crazy. And I know they legalized it all over the place. So, there's not a problem. But it just blows me away that you can actually walk into a store and buy it. That just blows me away. I'm just like, dang, hello, what the heck? You know, I need an ounce of my glaucoma medication or something like that. That just blows me away that you can actually go and buy it, and you can get a prescription for it too, and it just blows me away because a long time ago, nope, they wouldn't let you do that. They wouldn't let you do that at all. And I know that I went back to my daughter when I was still living out in California. Yeah, yeah, that's true, Barbara. That is true. You know, uh, got a lot of people locked up for what nowadays they call trafficking. That stuff, and it's like, dang, now it's all legal. But yeah, you're in jail, so hey, just stand. You're camping out with us for now until your time is up. But yeah, I went to my daughter had when I lived out in California. My daughter had came out and visited from here, from Missouri. She came out to California and visited us in 2013. So I was on a day off, and my sister decided to drive us down to. We went down to Venice Beach, and we were walking around town and everything like that, just showing my daughter because they'd never been down to the beach. My granddaughter had never been down to the beach, and so we went to this little tiny restaurant there, and just across, and it blew me away. Just across the sidewalk from the restaurant to the wall, you got like a foot of dirt, whatever it is. Then you have the sidewalk, and then on the other side of the sidewalk was a hill, like a little tiny sand dune, whatever, a beach dune, whatever you want to call it. And there was two guys sitting there, and they just lit up right there. I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, no freaking way. Yeah, they just lit up right there. And that just messed me up. I was like, I don't believe it. And then there was a big old giant neon green sign on the side of the building that was right across the little walkway from the restaurant that advertised Dr. So and so. Get your medical marijuana card for $40. And I was like, that's it. That's it. Scratch and sip, welcome back. Yeah, and so yeah, it says get your medical marijuana card for $40. I was like, oh yeah. Go in there, tell them, well, I get headaches, and oh yeah, okay, so yeah, we'll give you a prescription. Um, that just blows me away that they do that. So You can tell I'm old because everybody's like, yeah, you can do this now and do that now. And I'm just like, I don't believe the audacity of some people. But hey, like I said, I'm not judging. It's just I grew up different way and everything. And it's just like, it just messes me up that to me, it is just so prevalent all over the place that, you know, I've got a couple of kids at work, well, used to work with me that would walk in just reeking. And I'm like, dude, you need to stay outside for a little bit because, man, you're trying to knock me out. I'm like, my goodness, dang. And yeah, he had bad knees, so of course. Um, I had one kid had insomnia, so they gave him. Yeah, it's all over the cruise ships too. I couldn't imagine the smell on the cruise ships because of mm-mm. Yeah, it is. You're like, what the hell? And then you're looking at the cops like, you ain't gonna do nothing. I'm like, oh my gosh. But yeah, and so I mean, to me, I mean, it's just so prevalent now, and it's just like, oh my gosh, we can't go anywhere without smelling it a lot. And so I'm just like, because it does blow me away because we grew up in the era where we were hiding it. We were hiding it. And now these people are just doing it out in the open, and you're just like, oh my gosh. I know when I first saw that out there in Venice Beach, I was like, seriously? I said, oh my gosh, these dudes are. I'm like, no freaking way. They're actually getting a stone right there sitting on that damn. Wow. I was like, that is just freaking crazy. My daughter was like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, yep, that's just how the world is now. But hey, if people need it, I mean, I'm not the judge that they go to the dispensary, they go to whatever and go get whatever they need and junk like that. I mean, it's okay, and I'm not here to judge anybody. Um, it's just that in the era that I grew up, yeah, we didn't do things like that. We hid it. We didn't walk around town boasting and all this other junk and stuff, and we didn't mess around and go to the doctor and say, hey, I got back pain or I got a headache or I get headaches and do, so I need this. And they give it to them. Um, just being an ex-service person, um, just like SIP, scratch and SIP, ex-service person. Appreciate you, my friend. Thank you for your service because, yeah, um, we sat there and we took the pain. Um, we were told to do that. You know, if you allow yourself to say you're not going to do it, if you think in your mind that you're not going to be able to do something, you're not going to be able to do it. So that's just the way I've learned. You got to walk 10 miles. You walk 10 miles. You don't think I can't walk 10 miles. There's no way. Because you've already defeated yourself by believing you can't walk 10 miles, so you're not going to do it. It will never happen. You just start out walking 10 miles and don't think that I can't do it. You just get up and you do it. That's like, no matter how you feel, like me, no matter how I feel, with whatever or anything, um, I get up and I do it. It's a different time for sure, Barbara. That's right. It is. It's seriously. Anybody who is born um, after 1990, 2000, yeah, it is a totally different world. I remember back when I worked in one of the very first retirement communities I worked at back in 90. '96 when I very first started cooking. Um, I lived like 9 miles away from work, and I walked. I walked 2.5, 3 miles to the bus stop in the morning at 1:30 in the morning to catch the bus to be at work at 5:30 in the morning. I walked it. Cup of coffee, stopped at like the AM PM gas station, got another cup of coffee, stopped again down the road and got another cup of coffee, but I walked to get to the bus stop to go to work. And I had a kid that I worked with that lived a mile away from work. His car broke down. Well, I hope you enjoyed your lunch, my friend. His car broke down. He lived a mile from work. His car broke down, so he couldn't come to work because his car broke down. And I was like, dude, you live a mile away. You can't walk down the street. You can't walk a mile. I could not freaking believe that. I just could not understand it that you can't do that. So just depending on how you grew up and what area you grew up in and stuff like that, is how people are these days. So it is a trip that, the older generation, we put in the work to do what we're doing, to get what we want, or whatever, however you want to say it and stuff like that. And some people don't. Some people aren't willing to do that. Now, I just don't understand that. But that's me. I don't want to judge anybody. Because Sip, you didn't think about it. You just did it. Why? Because they told you to do it. They told you to do it. But yeah, see, and it's like that's what you did. You did that, You did it. You ran. You did it. And nowadays people are like, "Oh hell no, I'm not doing that. No way. There's no way. No freaking way." And I'm just like, "Oh my gosh, come on, man. You can do it. I know you can." No, I can't. And I'm just like, "Oh goodness, come on, man." But you did it. Why? Because your mentality was in a different way. Um, your mentality is different back then. And when you're barely starting out in the service, you did what everybody told you to do, you know, because there was consequences, first of all. Yeah, you know how that is no jackpot? I know, and yeah, keep going, keep going, keep going. You can do it. But that's one thing that I learned. If you let your mind think that you can't do something, you're not going to do it. It's just not going to happen. It's all about how you think about doing stuff. Um, we are, I've mentioned this before. We're thinking about retiring, this year. And I'm hoping I can do it, you know, financially. It doesn't look like it, but we're going to work on that. That's why I'm keeping my channel going like this, um, because I am getting tired of going to work in my restaurant. But being one of the managers, I get paid a little bit more than everybody else. That's right. That's right. Now they get to wear tennis shoes. That just blows me away. Now they get to wear tennis shoes. We were running around with our uniform pants and a t-shirt and our army boots. That's what we did our PT in. Okay? And nowadays, they get to wear tennis shoes. That messes me up. You know, I'm like, dang, what's going on? But yeah, you did all of that, in your PT uniform, which was your army boots, your uniform pants, and a t-shirt. No matter how cold it was outside, that was it. Take them off. And so we'd start PT and everything, start running at 4 something in the, 5:15 in the morning, running down the road, no matter how cold it was either. You'd be like freezing, standing there in formation, going, "Oh my goodness, son of a gun!" And they just said, "Yeah, this is how you do it," and so you did it because they said do. Nowadays they don't do that. I remember when I got to Colorado, any given days, it was a trip because um, one day in our PT morning, we went to the gym. Wasn't outside, we went to the gym. They had some lady in there in leotard tights. Hi, Rosebud, how are you? In leotard tights. And we did aerobics. That messed me up. I was like, oh my gosh. Aerobics? Yeah, that was a trip. But yeah, like nowadays, a lot of people don't want to put in the effort to get things done. I know my little guys at work, my teenagers at work, um, they're getting paid a heck of a lot of money, more an hour than I did when I first started out. And it's like, they're not doing half of the stuff that I had to do, you know, um, to earn that amount of money. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. And they're just like, that, no big deal. I don't care. Oh no, I can't be doing it. And I'm like, oh yeah, you're doing it. So, I don't know. I'm just ranting. Rosebud, how you doing today? I hope everything is going good for you and you're feeling good. And I thank everybody for coming in and just watching me do my diamond art and chatting. Just spouting off. Really not talking much about anything. Just nothing too important. It's just how my mind thinks. Do y'all think that the world That's funny, no jackpot. That's funny. I don't know if I can do yoga. I don't think I don't know. I just does not appeal to me. Trying to twist yourself up in knots or something like that. I know that it stretches your body out, I guess, but other than that, I'm not sure. I don't think I would be into that much. But I know that we have, there's different exercise routines that you can do and stuff. Even if you can't move around that much and stuff like that, there's chair exercises that you can do. They have them all over YouTube and stuff. And so that's one thing I got to start looking into is a little bit of exercise. Because exercise is good. It is good. It is good. But, yeah. But yeah, that's funny. That's funny. But yeah, that blew me away when we had to do the aerobics. I was like, what the heck? Aerobics? What are we doing aerobics for? Then I guess they got rid of the lady because she was a cute little lady. She was a cute little lady in a nice little leotard, whatever you want to call it. Like a one-piece bathing suit type deal. You know how it is. You know what it is. You know what I'm talking about. And she was pretty. Okay. But we was all just watching her instead. We wasn't really moving around. We were all watching her. And so I guess she got kind of annoyed at that or something, and she left. She didn't come back. The next week when we had it, we had somebody else who was totally different. So I was just like, oh my gosh. Yeah. So it was a trip. But other than that, we are just doing my Harry Potter, enjoying my Harry Potter diamond theme and everything. And I gotta be getting ready to go to work in a little while. I don't want to go to work in a little while, but we got to do what we got to do to keep going. You know, you learn how to keep going, put one foot in front of the other, and just keep going. Don't look back. Just keep going, keep going, keep going. No matter what drives you through the day, no matter what is on the horizon for you, just keep going. Don't give up. Hi, Lois. You're looking back. Oh, Barbara, come on now. Come on now, Barbara. You can look back on the fun you had. You can do that, okay? But keep a positive attitude and keep going no matter what's going on in your life. No matter what, don't give up because we are all here just like you're here. That's good. Lois, we are doing good. We are working. We are living. We are doing diamond art. We do tickets when I get the funds. And I post a couple of shorty shorts on my live on my stream or my channel, whatever you want to call it. However, yeah, my channel. Okay, and we're doing good. I hope you and Pops are doing good. I haven't seen you kept well. I know it's getting colder and everything like that. Um, I haven't seen any more fish from you on Facebook. So I don't know if it's because of the cold or being busy. But I hope Pops is doing good. That's cool. All right. Jocelyn McDonald, you can play the piano? Cool. That is cool. My son can play the piano. He is actually really good. I went to go and listen to him play one time a long time ago, and I was like, my goodness, that is just crazy. And my ex-wife had sent me a video and said, hey, check out what Simon's doing. And so I checked out what Simon was doing. My son's name is Simon. And I was like, oh my gosh, he was really good. And when I went to junior college, don't laugh at me. I went to college for a little while. Didn't graduate, but I went to college for a while. And I took intro to piano. Oh, snow. Ooh, goodness. No. Populous, I don't talk about that. Um, we'll talk about the snow. Thank you, Patty, for that. I appreciate that. We don't like to bring up memories that we don't like to have. Those are some Sorry, guys. Pipey, what are you doing? Hmm? What are you doing? Hmm? What you doing, Pipey? You want to go outside? Huh? Hey, oh, Mama's going to get mad at you. Look at it. She took that bear and popped him out of the box and threw him on the floor. Mama's going to get mad at you. No, That's not a toy. Mama's get Piper. No, that's not a toy. I'm in our storeroom. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. You stop. Look at it. She wants to play. She wants the rubbies. You want the rubbies. You want the rubbies, huh? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You're kicking me out of my spot, you brat dog. Huh? Come on, get up. Go. Go. Go on. I appreciate you guys. I really do. Thank you guys so much for being here. No jackpot. That's crazy that you had to take your piano to be playing the trumpet. That's crazy. I wouldn't understand that. I would be like, why? But yeah, it's it is interesting though, to say the least. That to play the trumpet, I had to take piano. I don't know. Is that because of finger movement or something like that on there? Piper, I'm telling Mama. I'm gonna tell Mama on you. I am. But I won't be able to tell her tomorrow because she's at work, and when she gets home, I'm gonna be at work. So I don't know. You ain't gonna get in trouble that bad. I already know it. She'll be like, "It's just junk anyway." I'll be like, "Well, okay, then why are you keeping it?" Don't say that. You wanted to teach trumpet, okay? Oh, all right, all right. Rosebud, you have a good afternoon. All right. And thank you for popping in. I really appreciate that. I really, really, really do. Yeah. Let me entertain you. Oh no. Yeah, we can't do that. But we've got some of it done. Not a lot. You have a blessed day and a blessed weekend too, Rosebud. City of Peace, how are you? Welcome in. Thank you. I appreciate that always. Blessings to you and yours, my friend. Blessings to you and yours. We are just doing a little bit of diamond art right here and chatting before I have to get ready to go to work. Lois, you have a blessed day, and you take care. You and Pops. See, I got some black done all the way around, a little bit like that. So that's what we're doing. My Harry Potter themed diamond art. Piper wants to go outside, so we're gonna go outside, and we're gonna go. Come on, Piper. Let's go. Let me grab my coffee and shut all of these lights off. Shut that off. Gotta shut that off. Shut that off. Come on, Pipey. Let me grab my coffee. Come on. Shut this light off. Ooh, dark in here, isn't it? Yep, it is dark. Sorry, guys. I didn't have the light on in the hallway. So now, walking down my stairs, I'm like, oh, dang. You guys would get a trip off, so my phone started rolling, huh? I go, oh, damn. All right, come on, Pipey. Let's go. It's a very, very bright and sunny day outside. It is. It is a very bright and sunny day. Let's turn it around. Beautiful, beautiful sky weather. Oh my gosh, it's so blue out here. It's like yeah, we got quite a bit done, Barbara. I did. But that was only for a little bit, for a little while. But other than that, I've been on here for a while, so I appreciate every one of you guys coming in and hanging out with me, while I'm playing with my beads. You guys have a wonderful day. You all be blessed, and y'all have a great weekend. Take care now. Bye-bye.